Okay. Now we have to pick up a new ship. Please give me a Stargazer. I want to experience the new ship. Equipment. Should actually fix this now. Upgrades. Can we buy any of the equipment now? No, we cannot. We need... We're gonna buy the thruster next. I think thruster is... The thruster's rent is a big thing. So we need 1750, we have 1280. Yeah, that'll be... That'll be fine. So let's start the shift. This shift is done, so... Heavy cargo, heavy cargo. Oh, Stargazer. I have... Okay, so I will probably not do well on this ship because this is literally my first time experiencing it. I haven't played the game off stream because I wanted this to be a unique experience for me. So this is a Stargazer. It's a Gecko ship, but it's a bit longer, it seems. It's longer, it has some kind of it has solar batteries on the side. There are antennas. We're gonna immediately rip out those antennas and salvage them. What's this? It has a communications array. That's new. We'll put that into the barge. Oh, I need to actually disconnect those. Oh, so we have more work on the outside of the ship this time around, because these things have to be individually removed. Ah, interesting. Okay, I'm not gonna disassemble anything yet. I do want to experience the inside as well. So we will... This shift will be a loss, but I don't care. I want to experience the new ship, so we will be learning.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Okay, it only has one airlock, which is fine with me. I hate airlocks. Ooh, oh, oh. I say ooh and oh a lot, but this is quite neat. Now, oh, and the reactor is in the middle. Oh, reactor is in the middle. It looks very cool. It looks like a proper science ship. The rear of the ship looks exactly like a normal Gecko. So it has compartments like a station hopper, but the reactor is in the middle. The generator is in the middle. The ECU is loose, so it doesn't have a compartment. I can't flush the fuel. Oh, I can't flush the fuel. This is probably... Yeah, this is the exit into the bowels of the ship.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Okay. Cockpit looks exactly the same, so no differences there. So it looks like a more manageable station hopper. It has... the compartments are there, but there's less of them. But on the other hand, there is more stuff to pick out in them. I think we will be utilizing the same method as with a station hopper. Peel first, and then deal with the inside compartments. I'll probably... I think that the reactor is actually... Oh no! Reactor is only... Well, Reactor seems to be in a more friendly position, but we'll see. I don't see the pipes from here. Ooh, this could be troublesome. So the reactor is in a kind of suboptimal position. It is vertical, so I will have to get the whole thing out of its sleeve. The rest of the ship... It has a fuel tank! Oh, it is the rear of the ship, that's fine then. I thought it was the front of the ship. The thruster compartments look fine, everything else looks fine. Doesn't seem to be too much of a challenge except for the reactor. There is a I hope not, but there is a good chance I'll have a blowout this stream. Uh, hope not. Hope not, but it is possible. It does seem like quite a tricky ship to do. We'll see. I do welcome a challenge, and it's an interesting design. The ship is longer, but it has compartments inside. On the other hand, I should be able to liberate the reactor from below, I think. We'll see how it looks like when I start peeling it. For starters, I'm gonna take some of this oxygen. Oh, there is a... we can flush the fuel. Okay, perfect. So let's start our work from the outside and go in, because there are a few things we have to peel off from the outside first. So I'm gonna get those out of the way. And hold on. Oh, these are just cut points. I don't think I can remove those from the inside. No, I cannot. So these have to come off. I should be able to cut both of them at once. Or not.
Salvage destroyed.
Ah!
Valuables.
Okay. My bad. Destroy one of the panels. That was a big oof. Okay, so I will not do that again. We have to be more careful with these. So yeah, I've destroyed this one. I don't know how much they cost, but we'll see when the shift ends. Fortunately, they are individual, so... Can I just... it's not reasonable, they go in very slowly. When I have a stronger force push, it'll probably be more.
Salvage secured. Credits
Okay.
deposited.
So we already did a small boo-boo, because we were impatient. Well, I was impatient. So we will take it more carefully this time. Now, somebody would argue, because the dish and the pillar go both to the barge, why don't you just detach the pillar? Well, because of the shape. Even if you throw both things at the barge, if both things don't individually make contact with the barge's field, they won't count. Seriously, are you gonna go in or not? This is space. Momentum needs to be retained. You can't get slower. There is no air resistance.
Credits transferred.
Okay. Since I've already pretty much wasted the shift, I will just use tethers when I can to speed up the process a bit. Oh, that's too slow.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
As long as I'm reasonably careful, I shouldn't destroy any of the solar arrays. It's a bit funny to me how it gives you the warning about the collision even though the thing is going away from you.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Okay, did cut them out properly. Perfect. So it is a very interesting ship. Some of the things are more fragile than I thought. Okay, so solar batteries are actually gonna be fine.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Now those things. Okay, now for the last 6 minutes we will try to cut apart everything we possibly can from inside of the ship. I will refuel my oxygen just so I don't have to do it later, because I will run out before the cutting is done. Uh, where was the oxygen though? I'm probably upside down and that's why I'm lost, but oh, there is. Data collection. Oh, and why didn't I open up this gate? Oh,
Air pressure level decreasing.
that's the crew compartment. Okay, data's collected. I do need to remember to take the utility key. Oh, these are the crew quarters. They actually, even though this is actually quite amazing, even though they use the same ship layout design as they did in the previous, so it still looks like it was manufactured in the same way, in the same type of a shipyard. It retains the style, so it's actually really, really cool. They didn't just design a random ship. They did make it so that it does still look like a Gecko class ship, as it is one, but one that is actually built for science. I am quite pleased with that. I was quite skeptical because there's only two types. There's only two ships in the game: the Gecko and the Mackerel. But the variety they are actually getting is actually very good, and it does put in more depth since the ships actually look great. They feel organic. They feel like they belong, like they are part of the same universe. They're not randomly designed to just look fancy. They actually look like they have a purpose, like they have a function. This game could have went a completely different way and just pander to sci-fi nerds like me, uh, and just allow us to break apart the Starship Enterprise or some similar malarkey. But no, they actually went with original designs. Although breaking apart Starship Enterprise would be cool. Anybody who disagrees is wrong. Shut up, you're wrong. I can see you typing already. Ooh, I'm right under the fuel pipe. Uh, I didn't flush the fuel, so I should be careful.
Oxygen reserves are low. Reminder, asphyxiation can lead to missed salvage quota.
I like how you always think of my safety computer. All of these are ceramic, which means that they need to be broken apart, which I will not be doing now. But I am kind of lost, so asphyxiation is quite an realistic proposition. Where was the entrance to the ship? We might have our first death if I don't find the entrance to the ship.
Administrator to add asphyxiation coverage.
Thing is, I might be upside down. I am upside down. This is fuel, but I'll take it. Last bottle. Oh, there's one more. Phew!
Level stabilizing.
That was a close one. Well, not really. I could have still, drained health. But it's better not to. It's better not to lose any health, for obvious reasons. Now we will be breaking some lamps later and breaking apart those ceramic cuts. I still have 1 minute, so let's see if there are any normal cuts we can make before the shift ends. Yeah, there are. Plenty of them on the bottom as well. Thing is, I don't know if, since I don't have experience with this ship from before, I don't know how many of these have some invisible attachments or need some extra things to be detached. Never mind, they're breaking apart already. What? Why are you... Oh, that's the part of the solar thing that I cut. Okay, so this part of the ship decided to split apart for some reason. I'm not really complaining, that makes things easier for me, but I would like to know why that happened. Also, please don't move further. If you rip those out, there will be a boom. I do need to flush the fuel, because if any of those pipes get damaged... Kablooey! Not immediately, just first fuel leak, then kablooey. Possibly meltdown, and a big kablooey. I'm playing a very risky game here, because I'm cutting them from very far away. Cutting them from far away means risky business. Okay, just those communications arrays were 160,000, and the solar batteries, if I didn't burn one of them, would be 800,000 alone. So just because of those solar batteries, I'm in the plus. It's 100k for one of them. That is impressive. If I didn't waste much time, so much time, it would be even more. And I do believe I have some money for a piece of equipment. Yes, I do. I am no longer renting the thruster. The thruster is now mine. Every piece of equipment you don't have to rent means more money that earned actually goes to you. Well, to your debt collector, but you know, still, you know what I mean. Since these things are now detached, might as well send them to the processor. I have a theory that these things flew off because they had attachments on them. And we already know the things that have attachments on tend to separate violently for some unknown reason. Oh, we didn't get the utility key. I want to flush the fuel. I want to flush the fuel. Because if I nick the pipe, it won't be really good.
Thank you for your purchase. Have a nice day.
You too. No, that bit is going to the wrong way. That way. That's how things go into the furnace. Those things have their own pull. This thing is obviously detached, so...
Valuable object processing. Credits awarded.
Perfect. Now, are you detached? You seem to be. Okay, apart from the couple of them that are over there, we did cut away most of them. Seriously, why do you need so much convincing to go into the processor? Bigger bits than you have already left. Okay, that one obviously hasn't been disconnected fully. Something's holding that one in place.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Okay. I love when things go smoothly. Like Station Hopper, we're peeling it off where we can. I think I just cut 3 in a row, which is impressive. Dangerous, but impressive. So many things to blow up in my face! Okay. There we go. Perfect. I got a little bit cocky there, but it all worked for the best. I know what's keeping this thing together. There probably are some connections here I haven't cut. Okay, so there are things up here still holding this bloody thing together, and that means we'll have to pick some bits of debris to break them apart. We'll see if there's a lamp available. Oh, there is a lamp. Perfect. The lamp is the strongest thing to break apart a ceramic cut for some unknown reason. I should probably face the other direction away from the pipes while doing this, especially since I have still not actually vented the fuel out. Despite constantly saying I have to do that, I haven't actually done that yet. And I keep postponing it. I think most of the things have been cut at this point. Let's make our way into the ship and make that freaking fuel flushed. The inside of this ship will be a pain to disassemble, I think. It definitely takes me longer to disassemble this ship simply because I'm not really sure which way to go first. This is sticking out, so it's obviously free. So what should this thing be? Thing is, sometimes you don't know until you actually start pulling. The cockpit is on the... Hold on, is this free?
Object accepted for processing.
Yeah, it is.
Credits deposited.
Sometimes they don't turn blue when you can pull them off, which is annoying. It works for smaller pieces, not for larger ones.
Your oxygen reserves are low. Note that excess carbon dioxide can cause damage to Link's equipment.
Oh, the sounds in this game are absolutely amazing. The sound, the roar of the machinery inside, the hum of the generator in particular is scary.
Credits awarded.
And the audiovisual design when the reactor blows up is... I've mentioned it before, when the reactors blew up in the barge, which is fortunate, it is absolutely spooky. Ouch. For some reason that didn't connect.
Thank you for your purchase.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Some pieces need more convincing to get it in a processor, it seems. Problem is tethers don't last that long. and if they get collided with something or they can disconnect it like that. If it goes red, it means that it's being cut.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Okay, I have most of the ship out of the way now. Well, the outer layer of it anyway. The moment we're done with the small bits, we will move on to getting the reactor out of the way. Now this one won't go, right? This one won't go. Yeah, this one won't go. And do you know why it doesn't go? Because it's connected by this heatsink. See? That heatsink is somehow structural. Structural heatsink. That's what I said when I meant before, that you don't always know what's going to go and what isn't just from cutting the points. Because some pieces of the ship will actually keep it up, keep it together. This is most annoying with monitors, because even though computer terminal themselves are not supposed to hold the ship together, even if you cut the points, the monitors can hold them together, which is both weird and annoying. Okay, let's get those sensor arrays off. Should probably get this part of the ship out of the way as well. There's one on the other side as well, since this is a symmetrical ship. That's always good.
Got about 5 minutes left in this shift, Cutter. Don't bite off more than you can chew.
That's fine. There we go. Now, getting some of these components out of the way is going to be a royal pain in the butt. You can get off, aren't you? Yeah, you can. Perfect.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Another work order is completed. Curiously, it seems that these two halves don't separate, although in my mind they should. I would bet that this thing is holding them together.
Credits transferred.
Maybe if I cut it here, will that separate them? Doesn't seem to. Is anything else holding it in place? No. No, it isn't. Okay. Well, this thing is a bit too cluttered here. Let's see what's gonna happen if I tell it to go this way. It does come apart. Oh, that's nice to know. Okay, you don't have to go all the way. Just enough for me to pull the fuel out. Ooh, don't blow up, please. Ooh! I've lost the fuel tank. Seriously! It's like playing volleyball with myself.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
I knew that was gonna blow up. That's some fuel wasted. They're so delicate. They're so delicate.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
It's always like surgery getting those thrusters out of the way because they are expensive and we don't want to waste them. Now that this is actually clear, I don't mind you going over there. Of course, you're gonna need more than one tether to do that.
Credits transferred.
But I would like you to go over there. There we go. This significant chunk out of our way. Can I get these out of the way as well? I should be able to. Yeah, I can. Ooh, no, 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 no. There you go. Thank you. Again, no. Bad boy. In you go. There we go. This one is connected and it's gonna stay connected. I do believe that this reactor should be quite doable, because it doesn't seem like there's many things in its way. Unlike on a station hopper, there's not much in its way. There are no crossbars. There's just these two pipes. But again, I'll have to play the quickly detach the ICU and then run back game. And this time the ICU is a bit further away. I think I'll burn this panel off and then just enter that way. Because I will have to get... Well, that's the thing. I don't know what's gonna happen if I just cut the fuel. Well, I know what's gonna happen if I cut the fuel line. I just don't know what's gonna happen when I cut this line. And looking at the
Oxygen reserves are low.
reactor, it doesn't seem like there's anything else holding this thing in place apart from those two pipes. So technically, I could just cut the pipe and be done with it. 3.2 million. Just from the nanocarbon we get 1.5 million. Very nice. And another 600 points. When you reach this rank 7, you're getting enough points to do an upgrade pretty much every other ship. Sometimes even within the same ship. So what do we have here? Stronger force push is definitely something we want. Tools are fine. Okay, and get this heatsink off as well. There is no reason for me to keep it there. There you go. We'll deal with the generator in a moment, but first things first.
Salvage secured. Account credit.
I'm just gonna remove everything else that can explode before I yank the generator out, because I'm gonna do something risky. I'm gonna cut the coolant line. The moment I do that, it is going to, of course, start a meltdown. Ooh. Sorry, I did not mean to damage you. Stronger force push means I can do that more easily. There are 2 fuel tanks left, so we're gonna try to salvage them without blowing up. There we go.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
We're also gonna get this big chunk of thing out of the way as well. I think it took 3 tethers to move it in a reasonable amount of time last time, so we're gonna do the same thing here. And now we're gonna be playing the risky business. I'm going to... Oh, I already cut that pipe. Oh, I didn't. It just didn't render for some reason. Okay, so technically this reactor should be no problem. Technically. I've been wrong before. So I'm actually gonna do this from further away this time. Yeah, that started the cooldown. Well, the meltdown, not the cooldown. It is going out nicely.
Reactor meltdown detected.
Why?
Action required.
Why did you detach? Go, 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 go. Oh,
Salvage secured.
okay,
Account credit
perfect.
applied.
Perfect. No problem. Worked like a charm. I would prefer to disassemble them, but I'll be happy with the reactor being in one piece. Also, it seems that if you remove a segment of a pipe rather than cutting the pipe, it doesn't violently explode. That's good to know. If you nick the pipe, it starts leaking all over. But it seems if you cut the segment of a pipe off, it doesn't. Why that is, I have no idea. I'm just happy with the result. So this is free, isn't it? This should be free. Is it though? Yes, yes it is. Time to start getting the coolant out.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
No! Ooh! Ow.
Helmet damage detected.
Better minor damage to the head than an explosion. The helmet is damaged, but I'm not actually losing oxygen, so I'm just gonna leave it and ignore it and hope that it doesn't happen again.
Salvage secured.
I never managed to break the helmet, and I don't know if that can actually happen. But all I have to do is not smack myself in the head repeatedly.
Complete. Additional goals still remain.
Oh, okay. We finished the certificate goal of 500 kilograms of coolant. So that's nice. How about that part? Did I send it? Yeah, that went in perfectly. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I am happy with that news, and we will continue on the same road. So we have some more barrels of coolant. I must say I'm actually quite enjoying this ship. I mean, I do need to get a better system of disassembling it, but yeah, the science ship is actually quite fun. This is the only variant I've seen thus far of the ship, so I don't know if there are any more complex ones. There probably are, or can be generated. But it's actually quite intriguing. It is a very good variation of the Gecko ship. It's not like the station hopper and the cargo variant of the Gecko are pretty much the same ship. It's just one has a compartment for passengers in it and the other one doesn't. But this one actually feels a big enough variation to be called something different. It is actually a proper Gecko variant that is more than just just a shuffle of the inside. Am I being sucked in? I might be sucked in. Oh yeah, I was being sucked in. Grapple to the rescue.
Accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna restock the oxygen and we'll see what else can we assemble. We pretty much covered all of the outside of the ship. Now it's actually I'm gonna restock these as well. We're actually coming to the part where things get a bit more complicated. The inside of the ship. Now how am I gonna do this? Is this free? This is free. And it goes to the processor, so in you go. Uh, I think without further ado, I am going to get this bloody airlock out. We've allowed its existence to continue for long enough. It's time for it to go.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
And as always, it will not go out without a fight. Actually, I think I can just cut it through here. Yeah, that wasn't a very perfect cut, but doesn't matter. There we go. Minor debris doesn't matter to me. The important bit is the thing is loose, so I can send it away. There we go. In you go. Seriously, bigger pieces go in faster than you smaller ones. I don't know what's wrong with you. This is junk.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Okay. There is no way around it now. We do have to get into the inside of the ship.
Please revisit your training.
Shut up, that was intentional. I will get the heat spreaders out. Oh yeah. Let's get the fuses out. There should be 3 fuses, if I'm not mistaken. There are. Oh, that was a work order apparently. Now everything else is on the inside, so it's time for me to cut this ship open. And what better place to start than the place that, with the panel I'm going to cut off anyway.
5 minutes left in this shift. Knock out that work order before they turn the lights out on you. We were out.
Salvage destroyed. Don't do that.
I will do what I want. You're not the boss of me. Oh, yeah. If I want to get ECU out safely, I'll have to do this. Because I can still not turn it off for some reason. If I can flush the fuel, developers, let me turn the ECU off without pulling its guts out. At least that thick fog is in there anymore, so I can actually see what I'm pulling off. I think you can see that in one of my earlier streams of the game where they didn't, the particle effects were so thick, it was like a fog and you couldn't see anything.
Salvage deposit accepted.
Okay,
Credits
so I'm
transferred.
going to just burn this pipe off. I'm also gonna burn this off. Like I said, I don't care about aluminum. Relentless little bugger.
Salvage destroyed.
Don't care. Don't care. Really don't care. I do care about the ECU. So that goes in. That also leaves me with a nice open space. Oh yeah, the generator is actually open now, so we can get that thing down. Oof.
Salvage secured. Account credit
Okay,
applied.
that didn't damage it somehow, but I'm not gonna complain about that. Okay, this now leaves us with a perfect gap here to pull things out.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
So like on a station hopper, we will pull things out from the compartments and then just send the whole compartment into the furnace. I just don't know what else
Salvage
I can
deposit accepted.
actually
Credits
pull out. Not really familiar with all of the components of this ship yet. For example, that switch didn't count. I think I broke it. Also, what's this? Communications
Salvage
array.
secured.
Oh, this is another
Credit
one.
applied.
Like the ones outside. I don't know what a satellite dish will do on the inside of a ship, but okay. It's easy enough to to dismantle. Nothing else. I don't know how soft it is, so saved it is.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Okay, and that's this bit of the ship.
Your oxygen reserves are low.
Yes, yes.
Note that excess carbon dioxide can cause damage to
Carter,
the
It's 1 minute to the end, so it doesn't matter.
Let's go on this shift.
Let's pull out what we can pull out, and that'll be the end of this shift. Yeah, I know that this could go. I jammed it in. Aha, that was a masterful move. Aha. I have skills, serious skills.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
I'm thinking I'm just gonna cut this part of the ship out and send it to the furnace.
Please contact your plan administrator to add asphyxiation coverage. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Oh, there's another. Ooh, this is a bigger heat. I don't think I'll be able to cut that heat panel the way I did the other ones, simply because it's too big. 5 million. I think 3 was just for the reactor. Yeah. Nice. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to finish it in this 4th shift, but we will be aiming for that. I will finish this ship at the very least before I end the stream, that is for sure. 300 points, we can't really do anything with that. I will fix this just in case. Let's just start the shift. Hopefully we'll manage to end it with this shift, but I won't hold my breath. Now, I would like to actually just cut this part of the ship that we've completed off completely and then work on the other half alone and the cockpit. How do I approach this? Should I just remove the back panel? This way I can actually save the panel. Not that I really care for aluminum, but the other reason I burn nose plates off is because I have to get the heat spreader out. This can just go away. Yeah, this is a good connection. We can just pull the stuff from here. Interesting about the beds. The bed frame goes to the barge, but the mattress is going to the furnace. I guess, you know, it's a used mattress. Nobody's gonna sleep on it anymore. It's like, just throw that shit away. a flea-ridden mattress. Who knows who slept on it, had sex on it, or whatever else. Like, no, 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 we don't want the mattress. Just give us the bed frame. We're fine with the bed frame. We don't want the mattress. It was probably turned over more times than anybody would care to count.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I have no idea why I actually saved the posters. There's really no point. Fancy office chairs were lab chairs. We will save that. Oh,
Salvage secured.
I don't know what I grabbed.
Credits deposited.
There's a battery pack.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Another soiled bed. Is that... Did that bed frame had a TV built into it? That's such a Star Trek thing to do. Put a TV on the side of the bed.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Another soiled mattress. Complete with bed bugs. Okay, is there anything else I actually need to empty out from there?
Salvage secured. Credits
Probably
deposited.
do. If I'm not mistaken, when I disassemble this thing, it's gonna fall apart. Oh, it didn't fall apart. Oh, what's holding you together? Corner parts, maybe? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Material deposited.
I bet there's a structural piece inside that's holding it together. I knew it. Haha. I was right.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Okay. As always, you make things easier for yourself and things go a lot better.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Oh, this thing goes to the furnace. Ooh, but this one doesn't. Oh, what are those things? The barge they go. What are they? What's this? This is a hydroponics cabinet. Okay.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
This goes to the furnace for some reason, because I guess it doesn't work. It's not worth it. It's not worth anything. And I think the only things that are left inside are the storage cabinets. They're kind of big, so they're probably worth something.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
We'll see how much these are worth as opposed to the ones from the cockpit. Would like to finish this soon,
Salvage secured.
because it
Account credit
won't
applied.
really be worth it to make another shift just for the cockpit.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage secured.
Well, something blew up that had coolant in it. Don't know what it was though. And that somehow... Okay, that's actually a nice touch. So the stuff that got frozen cracked open. That's a nice touch. I like that. I don't like that it's now
Your oxygen
reducing my
reserves are now
salvage,
below statistically profitable
but that's a
levels.
cool thing. That's a very cool thing. The fact that everything that froze cracked open,
Salvage
that's a
secured.
very
Credits
cool thing.
deposited.
I like that. That's very nice.
Welcome to Megatron 9000.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Now, I said that I don't want to use another shift for just what's left of the cockpit, but I just saw that there's quite a bit of more stuff inside. So I might do it anyway. I want that heat spreader. There we go. There is now aluminum attached to the butt of it, but I don't care about that. That's going to be cancelled out anyway. We save the heat spreader.
Deposit not accepted.
No deposit was accepted. The panel on the back of it wasn't accepted. Learn the difference, woman.
Salvage destroyed. Please refrain from damaging salvage.
Okay, now it said I just destroyed a class 2 reactor. Even though I didn't. Well, actually, it said I destroyed a class 2 something. The reactor's there, I can still see it, and it didn't make a big boom. But now I am curious what I did destroy. That said class 2. And if they actually patched up the game to actually count the stuff that you've already salvaged as lost, if it's destroyed in the barge, I will be seriously upset.
Credits deposited.
Because it's very difficult to find a free spot in the barge when you're halfway through with the ship. That's not fair, developers. Don't do that. Don't make me worry about what's in the barge after I'm done salvaging it. That's not fair.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Make the salvage barge deeper then. So not everything sticks on the surface. Like, what bloody concept was that? When there's million random bits floating in there, there is no way for me to safely deposit something in and hope it doesn't collide with anything else. Especially since sometimes they collide with other things anyway. So do not do that.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Okay, and we'll see what it says at the summary. But if it says minus 3 million because I destroyed something I already salvaged, I will be steaming. What do I need to... I need to electricals. And an atmospheric regulator. The atmospheric regulator should be on the wall here. Yes, it is. There it is. Perfect.
Salvage deposit accepted.
What else?
Credit transferred.
Electrical, I believe. I want to get at least all of the work orders out of the way.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
And that didn't count. I can see you. You are not broken. Why didn't you count? Look at this. It's not broken. For freak's sakes.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
There's another coolant there I haven't even seen.
Salvage secured. Account
I have to remind myself sometimes that this is a early access game, so plenty of room for development and improvement. But, you know, certain things are glitches and bugs, certain things are just design choices. And if they make a design choice to have the barge work against you like that, then I will be writing angry
Salvage
complaints.
deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Because the game is fun in the form that it is, but if you make it too nitpicky about certain aspects that you can't control, such as this one, then that will be aggravating. I have said nothing but praise for this game so far, so I hope I don't have to change my tune because of an unfortunate design choice. I think everything else inside of here can go to the furnace. Just gonna check if there's another door panel here. No, there isn't. The only thing left
Oxygen
is
reserves are low. Reminder,
what's in the
asphyxiation
cockpit.
can lead to missed salvage quotas.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I will take another shift. It will be a short one. I just want to finish this full buffalo and I don't want to waste materials. There was more in here than I thought it would be, and so it's gonna be a fifth shift. If I did more in the first shift, then it would be over now, but I was looking around the ship and this is my first time doing the Stargazer, so it's fine. I'm happy with this. 800,000. So the profits are already meek, but that's okay. My debt should be less because I'm owning some of the pieces of the equipment. I think I'm like 80,000 less now. When I get my own cutter and a grapple, that will make the biggest dent in here. And then the scanner and suit rental. So the debt, debt in interest will, well, the debt itself will go down significantly of how much I'm paying back. So this next shift will be kind of a waste, but I want to do full buffalo on this. It's my first Stargazer, I want to complete it completely. And the only thing that's actually left to do is get that whole big thing into the furnace and then clear out the cockpit. I don't have to do this, probably isn't worth it. I won't make much of this, but I have gaming OCD and I have to do it. I apologize if this is tedious for some of you, for someone to watch, but I do want to complete everything as detailed as I can. Why is this not moving? It's too big, too much mass. Well, Nothing ever goes as planned. We will indiscriminately cut this ship apart. I do like that they take mass into consideration. That's a very nice touch. But since I don't know how much mass is too much mass, it can be slightly annoying. Some kind of an indicator that says, okay, regardless, the amount of tethers you have will not be sufficient for this. That would be nice. That separate everything. Please tell me that separated everything. Seems that way. Okay, we'll see how it moves now. In you go.
Credits deposited.
Yep, now it's moving. Ouch. Well, the ship is quite large. I probably shouldn't be surprised that it wasn't enough. Should probably cut it as well here.
Deposit accepted. Work order complete.
There we go, that's all of the work orders for this ship. This thing does have a central spine. Did that wall get cut? It seems I cut through everything. Okay. If that's the case, when I attach a tether to it, it will move. Yeah, it does seem to be moving. Yeah, it's moving. That leaves just this bit. Which we will immediately send to the other furnace to save time. So you over there, and you help. Okay, so this is a bigger chungus, so it doesn't want to go in a single bit. I need more tethers on it. One more. As I said, the tethers stack, so the more you put on, the stronger the pull. Turns out those storage bins didn't work all that much, so... and I broke it. So I didn't have to waste so much time, but that's something that I know for next time when I do a Stargazer, that I don't have to waste so much time on those storage bins, because it's not really worth it. So once I get all of the important bits, I can just cut up the ship and send it out. Oh, there was some lag there. I have 9 minutes, so... oh, don't crash. I think it crashed. Yep. It crashed. crashed. Of course it did. It had to crash at least once. It's funny. It always crashes when I'm doing on the cockpit, so it's probably something that's. Are you gonna recover? No, you're not. Yeah, it is always the last bit that I'm working on, the cockpit, that causes the crash. So once again, we didn't get to finish the last shift, and maybe that's for the better because there was no profit to be made on that. I'm just gonna start it up to see where we are, and we're gonna end the stream on that again. Also, sorry for the black screen. I haven't switched the source on my OBS, so you're seeing that screen until the game actually starts, which is now. So sorry about that. I will switch it to the screen so you can see my shiny desktop next time that you join me for a stream. Yeah, this is where we're gonna end the stream today. I just want to see how far we gotten with all of the work orders, the certs, and we did 2 Gecko ships. Uh, we did the cargo one, which I love, and that was very efficient. And I did my first run with Stargazer. My final judgment of Stargazer is it's a very fun ship to disassemble, but it does share some of the problems that the station that the station hopper has. Specifically, the problem is the inside compartments. It's a lot of faff to work through them, but unlike the station hopper, where it actually pays off to empty the contents of every single room, it doesn't seem to be worth it on the Stargazer. I took my time and emptied the entire central passageway off the Stargazer out, and the profit was only 800,000, and that's along with some aluminum and the heat spreaders. So it's not really worth it. So let's see where we are in the certification. We are now, I would say, halfway there, maybe 1/3 of the way there. We're certainly halfway there on profit. So this is all the profit that was made today. So 2 ships, 24.5 million credits earned, 47 electrical components, 34 mechanical components, 19 work order objectives, and coolants completely. So that's actually very good. As goes for our equipment, we own a few bits. We own the helmet and we own the thruster. Uh, Next stream we will probably just focus on earning enough credits to purchase the scanner. And is that everything? I think until the next rank, and then we'll just buy the rest of the upgrades. The rest of the upgrades are cheaper, so it's a less of a faff to get them. I did get the ones that I actually wanted, so the extra strong push force and the tether amount number 2, so I don't have to restock my tethers. What I will want is the heat capacity too, so that I can keep the cutter going for longer before it overheats, and the extra fuel. Although honestly, this is very low on my list because if you've noticed, if you've watched me this far, I don't really have to refuel all that often. The fuel just, if especially if you use momentum a lot and if you use the grapple to move around, you can save a lot of fuel. You essentially just use fuel to maneuver around and use the grapple for the longer reaches. So I don't really need that. The brake, however, yeah, I'll want that. That's pretty much it. And we did get some data. I'll probably take one time in one stream and just play all the data recordings because some of them are actually quite interesting. The problem is a lot of them are just really dull. They tell you the histories of some of the ships, but since they can randomly appear in a ship as far as I can discern, it doesn't really matter. But it is lore, so it does tell the stories of the game's background, of some of the captains, the pilots, stowaways, all kinds of stuff. And there's also some business correspondences and so on that's found on individual ships. There's probably going to be a lot more story for this uh, in the making that they haven't really released yet. Right now, also I'm going to mention this again. Somebody mentioned to me that you can actually earn some extra money off the data ones, but I don't know how you would do that or where. I've listened to each one of those recordings, and uh, well, I listened to the ones I can, and I've read all of them, and they give you some hints, and but it's mostly just lore. It doesn't really tell you anything that would earn you any money. So I think that person lied to me, or it's something that's gonna be available in a later stage of the game. I honestly can't say. Right now, the data logs are just something you randomly collect. And by the time you get to rank 8, you have most of them. On my main career profile that I started, that is now rank 9, I'm no longer getting them. I've disassembled quite a lot of ships since then, and well, since before I started this, and I didn't get a single data log. So unless they've added some new ones, that's just it. And that's gonna be pretty much for this stream. This is where we're gonna end it. And I hope everybody who did watch me enjoyed it. And of course, on Sunday we will continue our run with Oxygen Not Included, and we will continue with the Hardspace Shipbreaker next Wednesday. So everybody who who watched, I hope, like I said, that you enjoyed, and I will see you all again next time. So everyone, or wherever we are in the world, have a good morning, good day, or good night wherever you are, and I'll see you next time.